Hi, Jason Gorber from thatshelf.com. Congratulations on the film. Margot, thank you for I, Tonya. I'm wondering if we could talk about the Tarantinoverse and what it's like living in Quentin's mind as the performance. If we could talk about what it's like to inhabit this world that Quentin constructs. And Quentin, in many ways, this is a reflection back on your own cinema. There are echoes, obviously, to the Vega. There's echoes to a shot out of Jackie Brown. In some ways, this is your own reflection back on your own career. I'm wondering if now that the film is done, if you could give us what you've learned from what you've done and what you see moving forward in terms of your own cinema.
I think there is. It wasn't meant to be ridiculously self-conscious, but I think there is a bit of summing up of certain things that I wasn't necessarily trying to do, but they just started appearing. I just remember when one of the first people to read the script was my my first AD, Bill Clark, and he's been my first AD since Jackie Brown, and on Pulp Fiction he was a PA, and he's can't even imagine making a movie without him. And so he came down to the house to read it because we weren't giving it out. You have to come to my house to read it. These guys will tell you that. And he came down to the house to read it, and so it's okay. So this is number 9, huh? Okay, and he goes out by the pool and he reads it, and he comes back. Damn. Number 9 is like all 8 of them put together. And I hadn't really thought about it like that, but then, there was just, little things.
Okay, we'll take 2 more questions. There, where? Okay, go ahead.
I'm Rui from Portugal, Diário de Notícias and Cinetendinha.pt. The question is for Quentin or Leonardo. I was wondering if Rick is really, for you guys, a great actor.
Hell yeah, Rick Dalton's a great actor. No, but adding to your question, which I think I would like to say in combination, just to talk about Quentin's very unique process. There are few people in this world that have the collective knowledge about not only cinematic history, but music and television. It's almost like tapping into a computer database. And the wealth of knowledge is unfathomable, and it keeps coming and coming. So in a way, I really think this movie is his love story to his industry, and he's put at the helm of it 2 kind of characters that are outsiders. And the 60s have come along, and this industry has sort of passed them by. But I think we all of us at this table at one time felt like outsiders in the industry, and it's really a love letter to the industry and those people that he appreciates. I think. I mean, we studied people like everyone from Ralph Meeker to Eddie Burns to Ty Hardin, all these actors whose work that he really appreciates from an artistic perspective, who contributed in his mind to this, this catalog of cinematic and television achievements. And it's his love letter to the outsiders of the industry, and that was what was most touching about the story for me in a lot of ways. But to me, it's a sort of film for him about coming home. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's truly a love letter to this industry that we're so fortunate enough to work in.
There was a scene I ended up taking out where it's revealed in the scene with Marvin the agent that at one point when McQueen was offered The Great Escape, that he vacillated a little bit about whether or not to do it. And he vacillated enough that John Sturges had to make a list of possible replacements. And Rick's name was on the list. And there was Rick and the 3 Georges, Picard, Maharis, and Chakiris, and Rick. And they kind of talk about it for a moment, and Marvin says, no, he doesn't like the story because he didn't get it, and he thinks, enough of this damn story. All right, but Marvin goes, no, it's a good story. We can see you in it. And then we actually had a thing where you see Rick in The Great Escape. You see Rick in The Great Escape doing a scene with the Nazi colonel in this scene where the scene that kind of made McQueen a star, when he kind of stands up to the colonel. And we pulled it off to a fare-thee well. It was great. It looked good. In fact, too scary. I'm afraid that somebody's going to do Casablanca and put George Clooney in it. All right. But it looked great. And the thing that was really cool about it is you watch it and go, yeah, Rick would have been good. Rick would have been good in The Great Escape. I don't think he would have been as good as McQueen, but he would have been good.